Tattoos are extremely addicting.
Oh yeah, definitely. I definitely think tattoos are addicting.
Tattoos are definitely addicting, I think.
That's the $1 million question. And literally the $1 million question because they're so expensive.
You're jonesing for a tattoo.
Yeah.
That's me.
I haven't gone a month without getting tattooed in 3 years.
It actually gets down on a physiological level. It actually releases endorphins. Like, I'm kind of a science nerd.
Well, for me, once you start, it makes the rest of your body look like an empty canvas.
I don't think tattoos necessarily addicting. I just don't see, it's just the best investment. Why buy a bunch of shoes that are gonna get worn out or freaking, I don't know. I just like tattoos. I don't find it addicting. It's just what I invest my money in.
It's just a fun, activity, and then it lets you bond with people. So you get to meet different people, bond with different people, and then you get to take something home of that memory.
Especially if you have an artist that you love, you just feel like your whole body's a canvas. You know, you just want to add a piece there, add a piece here. And if you just love the art, it's just, what can I think of next?
They're just very addicting. The pain, knowing that you can mark your body with something permanent, with some ink, finding an amazing design that you want and putting it on your body. I think that's part of the addiction. But what's an addiction that you like collecting that's painful and super expensive? I don't think anything else.
They're very addicting. Like I said a handful of years ago, I never went into this with the idea of I'm not going to stop until I don't have any empty skin. And that's not necessarily where my head is at now, but I've got plans next week to get a tattoo. I've got plans next month to get a tattoo, and for the foreseeable future. I've made a lot of personal sacrifices in order to keep getting tattooed. I don't have a wife and I don't have kids, and I travel like today. You know, I spent 4 hours in a snowstorm coming here to do a video shoot with you guys instead of staying home to take care of a lady and a child.
It was an aesthetic thing for me. I knew I'd always wanted tattoos, and after I got one, I was like, cool, now I can start getting all the ones I've ever wanted.
I don't know. I mean, honestly, it hurts like shit when you get a tattoo. It feels awful. When you're there, you're like, God, why am I doing this? But then I guess since there's no real emotional trauma connected to it, it's kind of like a good time. You always look forward to your next session, no matter how painful. And I guess you just have to be a little bit crazy to kind of enjoy it, to be honest with you.
Because once you get one, you're like, that wasn't that bad. I want more things that I like. I want to show people. I want it on me, and you just keep coming up with new ideas. I always think about mine for a long time, and I'm like, I have to have it. I want that so bad. And then I just keep thinking of new things that I love. I went about a year without getting one, and then I decided to tattoo my palm. And now I'm itching to do more. I'm like, I want a leg sleeve now.
I haven't gone more than 2 months without getting tattooed. And then I start really itching for it, looking at tattoos and...
I mean, I think also the process of getting a tattoo, when you actually do it, as far as, adrenaline or even just meditating through the tattoo, it's a therapeutic to be able to sit through a long tattoo and focus. It's definitely a meditation. And for me, it gave me a perspective on a lot of other things in life, as far as, if you can handle a 4-hour rib tattoo, you can handle, maybe an awkward conversation for 30 minutes or a work meeting or something. Mm-hmm. It gives you perspective on what your mind's able to tolerate, and gives you some strength, I guess.
I'm addicted, there's no doubt, but it's like a therapy type thing, When I started getting them, it was because of my father and him passing and everything, and after that it just became it became my therapy. And I'm not gonna lie, it sucks getting tattoos. I can't stand it. I sit in a chair and we start and I'm like, man, this is a terrible idea.
I mean, everybody, it's different. For me, I have addictive tendencies. I'm actually a recovering alcoholic and drug addict. I'm over 13 years clean, and I kind of filled that void with getting tattooed, among other things. But this is healthy for me. It's not like I'm not paying my mortgage or paying my bills. I'm managing my life very well, and I found enjoyment and pleasure out of the art and putting that art on my body. It's tough because addiction can be considered a dirty word depending on who you are and how you live your life. But for me, it's very healthy, and it hasn't ruined my life like drugs and alcohol have.
I don't know. It's
I think for me, it's more about the experience, the overall experience, the time with the artist, finding the artist, setting up the appointment, the anticipation. It's the process. And I think people kind of forget, or people that aren't necessarily into this culture in this world, they think, oh no, it's just about you just go get your tattoo and that's it and it's done. I'm like, no, you kind of give a piece of yourself, and the artist kind of gives a piece of themselves to you, and you take it with you for life.
I think what's more exciting and the build up for the tattoos is I just like to think about it, and then as soon as I get one done, I'm like, well, maybe I could add more to this, or like with my sleeve, maybe I could fill in more, or what piece would really bring it all together. And then I'm like, well, do I want to do the other arm? And it's like, well, once you start, you just kind of have to keep going until everything like looks how you have it in your mind. Like I feel like every collector like has it in their mind how they want their body to look.
I would say the same thing. I'll look at myself in the mirror and see like the imbalance of both sides, and I'll want to even them out so my whole legs are full. Got to work on my other sleeve.
The pain goes away as soon as it's finished and you get up. It doesn't hurt anymore, but you're like exhausted. It takes a bunch out. That's me. It takes a bunch out of me.
Tattooing it's draining. When most of my tattoos are done right here on the same street. I go to Kings Avenue, which is a 0.2 mile walk away from this studio, and it takes a lot. It's a 8-hour drive in a car each trip to get tattooed and back. I have no simple spots left to do, so they're all tricky on my torso and ditches, and it's draining. It's really difficult.
My background, I'm in the medical field, so I understand what it does to your body. Going through the experience of tattooing, it's pretty addicting because it releases endorphins and it gives you that pleasure, and eventually it kills the pain, but I want to say it's definitely worth it in the long run, and you're just constantly seeking that endorphin rush over and over, I want to say.